What stock tickers to buy, what cryptocurrency to purchase, what house to buy to flip it, how to make money overnight, how to get rich quick. Now, you might have seen thumbnails or videos here on YouTube or other social media platforms of how to make this instant money and make a ton of cash and buy your favorite Lambo. Let me let you in on a secret. All of that is BS. Stay tuned and I'll tell you why. Hey, what's going on, my friend? It's Eric, your abundant BFF. And as always, I'm here to help you find financial freedom and true wealth. And remember, wealth is not just material wealth. It's doing what you want, when you want, with whomever you want. That's true wealth, to have that freedom. I think the big challenge that many of us see is there's so much hype happening in the world today, in the markets, and everyone is so compelled to make these massive gains. You might have heard of investing in GameStop or AMC, which I did. You might have heard of investing in cryptocurrency for massive gains, which altcoins to buy for 8,000% gains, and all of these crazy inflated claims. And I'm gonna tell you, building true wealth, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. What most of the folks that are pitching or shilling on social media are really get-rich-quick schemes. And I'll be totally transparent with you. The vast majority of the folks that are pitching these things make more money selling you these products than they do actually investing. And that's the honest truth. With that said, one of the most common questions folks always ask me is, Eric, when should I invest? I've been seeing all these videos on TikTok, these videos on YouTube, all the influencers telling me to buy this, trade that, technical trading this, options this, Forex that, cryptocurrency that. But when is it right for me, or when is it right for you to invest? And I'm gonna break that down. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 26 years, had many businesses. I bought and sold a number of businesses. I made a lot of money. I lost numerous times. And I've also been an investor in the cryptocurrency space and in the stock market for a number of years. And if there's anything that I've realized is that investing is a long-term strategy. Most folks are pitching short-term gains, and short-term gains really is gambling. So let's call a spade, right? If you're trying to make short-term capital, you're gambling. And you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But when it comes to true investing, I'm gonna share 3 of the different indicators to let you know when it's ready to invest. Number 1, common question, when should I invest? And my recommendation is invest as soon as you can. Now, invest whatever you can as soon as you can. And the way that I look at it is, if you're able to set aside, and you could start investing with as little as a couple of dollars per week. Let's say you set aside 20 bucks per week, $80 per month, which for many folks, might tighten your budget, but it's a great way of getting started. And you're setting aside $80 per month, and then you see over the course of the year that you save 80 times 12 is 960 bucks. If you save that money, if I did the math right, I think I did the math right, 960 bucks, and you saw, let's say you had a 10% gain, and you're in the, I don't know, $1,100, then you're like, wow, this is pretty cool. I didn't do anything with this money. It went up by 10%. I'm gonna put more in. So my recommendation is start small. Get used to investing on a regular basis under what we call dollar cost averaging, meaning investing little bits over time, because true wealth is built over a long period of time. It's not built within 1 or 2 years, right? If you do that over time, you might get to a point where like, man, I could put a little bit more away. How much more can I put away? Instead of $40 per week or $20 per week, how if I did $100 per week? What if I did $200 per week? The sky is the limit. But I always recommend to start investing as soon as you can, but just start small. Get used to it, understand it. And the more that you invest, the more that you put more money aside, you're technically gonna end up becoming more educated. You're gonna start reading more about stocks. You're gonna start getting more interested in watching business programs. And all these things help you become a better investor. So when to invest, I always recommend to start investing now. Question number 2 that I get all the time is, should I day trade? Eric, should I buy this program? Should I learn how to do technical trading and all of that stuff? Super common question. I appreciate it, and that's a good question. According to eToro, which is a very popular trading platform, the majority of day traders lose 36% in the first year. Over 70% of day traders lose money. The odds are not in your favor, right? Why is that? The market is much more volatile and unpredictable than we would think. And on top of that too, trading, the challenge at trading is you have to be very emotionless. And we as humans tend to be very emotional. We tend to invest with FOMO. We tend to invest through fear. We tend to invest with our emotions. And that is why day trading is unsuccessful for most folks. Most folks quit day trading in under 2 years. Now, can you be successful at day trading? You sure can. But again, the odds are not in your favor. And I was a day trader back when I was in college. Day trading is time consuming. It's basically like having another job, right? So if you're presently working and you think you could day trade at the same time successfully, might you do well? Optimistically, I mean, we'd all hope that you do well, but the reality, the data shows that the vast majority of day traders aren't successful. They lose money, right? So why not invest in something over the long term instead of trying to do these short positions and trade and swap and everything like that? Let me tell you a story. I've been in the cryptocurrency market since 2017, and we had this huge bear market. I put all my coins into a cold wallet until it erupted just once again this past year. All of a sudden, I'm like, man, I'm gonna crack open my Kraken account, my Binance account. I'm gonna start trading. And I started becoming emotionally tied to it between the different altcoins, the DeFi coins and stuff like that. And I thought I was a smart guy, right? Seeing the trends and everything. And there's been a number of times where I would purchase a coin which I thought was at a midpoint on its way up, which ended to be its peak, and it dropped. So I did the classic buy high, sell low. There's been other times too where I would try to time the market and say, well, the coin's at its bottom right now, so I'm gonna buy it now, and then it's gonna go up, and it did the exact opposite. Or there'd be times when I think that the coin is at its peak and I'm gonna sell it. And I've sold coins that continued to go up. And I'm relatively financially educated. I've been in the crypto market since 2017. I live, eat, breathe this stuff. I do tax returns and tax preparation for influencers and investors and all that stuff. And even me, with the wealth of knowledge that I have, I can predict the market. Hedge funds, just so you're clear, they spend billions of dollars a year on their research to get a marginal increase in their success. And that's what allows them to be successful. Now, you and I, we don't have the resources of a hedge fund to purchase $50,000 of data, $100,000 of consultancy. We don't have that capability. So who are we to think that we can beat the market? Can we beat the market on 1 or 2 trades out of many? Sure. But there's a lot of folks out there, they're talking about their gains, but they're not talking about their losses. So when it comes down to it, personally, if you're into building true wealth, not just trying to game on the market, I don't recommend day trading. And again, I do tax returns for a lot of folks who invest. And the vast majority of clients that do day trading, they make either marginal profits or they lose money. And when you consider how much time and how much emotional expense and energy you consume to day trade, it's honestly not worth it. So number 2, I don't recommend day trading. I recommend the notion that investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Buy a position that you know is going to be strong for years, purchase it, invest in it, be emotionless, be detached from it, do your job, do your thing, make your money, and then just check in on your investments from time to time. Okay, third question I get is, Eric, when do I go all in? When do I invest more money? Because you might have just started putting away 20 bucks a week just to test it. And you might have realized, hey, maybe I won't day trade. Maybe I'll just put money in an ETF or an exchange traded fund or something like that. So when do you want to invest more? So the first thing I always ask folks is, number 1, do you have any existing consumer debt? Now let me preface this, right? Most credit cards are in the 14 to 23% interest range. The stock market on average averages about 10% a year since 1918 till present, about 10% a year. If you're paying 15% on your credit cards and you owe money on your credit cards and you're trying to invest and you're going to average 10% a year, you're not going to be having a great time. You're always going to be going in the negatives, right? Same thing for student loans. If you have student loans that are high interest, I highly recommend paying them off before putting more money into your investments. It's like getting a free interest rate. If you paid off a credit card that you were paying 20% on, it's like you immediately started making 20% a year. Think of it that way. To get 20% in the market, is it possible? It sure is. Is it realistic over long periods of time? No. The average investor, the average market does about 10% a year. So what you're going to want to know and understand is this: the concept of arbitrage. Arbitrage is paying X amount of interest and receiving X amount of interest. Now, if you're paying more in interest for the money you have financed than you're receiving in the market, you have negative arbitrage and you're losing money. Meaning, if you have a credit card debt for 10 grand, paying 20% on it, and you want to invest 10,000 bucks in the stock market to make 10%, you're losing money right there. Now, if you have a positive arbitrage, let's say you have a student loan at 2% and you had the option of either paying off your student loan or investing in the market to get 10, and obviously this is not financial advice, you should see your own financial advisor, but you can potentially have positive arbitrage there where if you're going to average 10 and you're paying 2, that's 8% spread. You're making profit on other people's money. So keep that in mind of like when it comes to investing more capital into market, you're gonna wanna know where you are in terms of your average consumer debt. Pay that all off first. Make sure all of your living expenses are paid. You have your rainy day fund. And then once you've taken care of all of that and you have no other variables or risks to your lifestyle, then put more money into the market. Because understand, the market is always gonna go up and down. Right? If you're putting money into the market that you can't lose, you shouldn't be investing that money into the market, right? Know that when you invest money into either the market, especially the cryptocurrency markets, invest only what you can afford to lose, because that's just the nature of volatility. So those are my 3 recommendations when it comes to investing. And I know everyone's probably saying, or you're probably thinking, Eric, which coin should I be buying? I know you're a crypto investor. Or Eric, what stock should I be buying? Those probably aren't the greatest questions to ask until you have those 3 fundamentals taken care of, right? So with that said, my name is Eric. I'm your abundant BFF. And as always, I'm here to help you achieve financial freedom and build true wealth, where wealth isn't just money. It's doing what you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that like button down in the bottom corner. I would greatly appreciate it. If you got any questions or topic you want me to share or talk about, maybe a story of one of my failures or like how I lost everything, put them in the comment section below and I will respond personally to every question that you have or create a video just for you. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It lets YouTube know that y'all like me. I really appreciate that. With that said, I make new videos every single week to help you get the skill set and the knowledge you need to be able to build true wealth and abundance. That said, have a great day. Chat soon. Peace.